Good morning, YouTubers. T-Square with T-Square Talk. So we got a very small, light package to open today. But I wanted to open this package today, even though it's out of order, for kind of a special reason. I just finished watching the documentary on gold that the World Gold's Council just made. And at first I watched it with the attitude of, it's kind of going to have a lot of propaganda in it because look who made it. But there was a lot of stuff in it that I liked and that I agreed with, even though some of the stuff I didn't agree with. There was a lot of stuff that I did agree with. So I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about some of the stuff I agreed with it. And then if you guys decide you want to watch it, I'll see if I can put a link right at the bottom of this video so you guys can check it out if you haven't seen it. I thought it was pretty good. I really did enjoy watching it. It gave me a lot to think about, even though I'm still a firm believer in gold. And for some of the reasons that they stated, but I noticed that a lot of the stuff that I found that I believed in kind of came towards the end of it. But we're going to talk a little bit about that as I bust this package open. And it does have gold in it, obviously. That's why it's so light. I mean, there's almost nothing to it. So let's bust this open. If you guys enjoyed this video, please take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button, and hit that comment, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Let's get opening it. So right off the bat, if you guys want to check out the full video on that gold documentary, like I said, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching it. You have to be able to think a little bit for yourself. Don't always just blindly go with what somebody tells you, because sometimes it's not always the 100% truth. It has some bias. Oh, that's right. It did have a little silver in here. Awesome. Even better. But, I mean, gold in every culture symbolizes different things. For some people, like they said, it's beauty. It's been around since the beginning of time. People have used it. But in today's world, it symbolizes something. Oh, wow. What is it? Oh, my gosh. That looks so pretty. I'm going to be disappointed I didn't buy more of these. I can already see it now coming. I'm going to be disappointed that I didn't buy more. Although I think I got the wrong one, but I'm not complaining. I think it was supposed to be the snowman's, but I'm happy anyway. They're pretty. Wow, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. 2023, it's got the Christmas tree on it. I gotta say, that is pretty. Look at the way that tree looks. Does that look weird? Just the way, I don't know, the light's hitting it and bouncing? Maybe it's just the way the light is hitting it. Yeah. Oh, must just be the way the angle was. That is pretty. But today's video, 1 troy ounce, not about silver. It's more about gold, which I will be pulling out of my other hand in just a second. I'm just kind of, it's the first time I've seen these. It's a brand new coin. And you know what really bums me the most about this is they had 3 different designs. They had a snowman, a Santa Claus, and a Christmas tree. And, you know, the holidays, when people get older and they live by themselves, the holidays can kind of be a harder time for people. I don't really know how to say it. I'm not really a big fan of the holidays. I hate to say that. And it could be multiple reasons. I mean, I grew up not celebrating holidays when I was a kid. And now my family are all grown up and kind of doing their own thing. So it's a thing that I'm not really, I know some people might frown on that and look at that as a bad thing, and it's not meant to be. It's just, I'm not a big fan of the holidays. So I turned down, this is the part that disgusts me now though. This is 1 ounce of silver. They're beautiful coins. They're nice capsules. And on their Black Friday sale, they were only $25 an ounce. $25 for an ounce of silver. And spot price at the time was just under 24. So it was like $1 premium. You could have up to 2 of each design. And I just said, nah, I just want 2. He goes, you don't want all 6? It's still a cheap ounce of silver. This is why I tell you guys, who you deal with makes a big difference. I buy from Universal Coin and Bullion. I mean, he didn't have to tell me. That's still a good deal when you think about it. He could have been like, well, okay then, and just try to sell you a collectible coin or something like that. But that's how I know that I've got the right, I'll say, dealer, why I like who I use. So I turned it down, unfortunately, and it was a regret of mine now. But it is water under the bridge, because you're not going to find a $25 ounce of silver. But what I did pick up, and what today's video is about, I picked up 2 more of the gold eagles. These are just the tiny little $5 gold eagles. And when I was watching the show, there's a few things that are really worth talking about. That they mentioned the sheer amount of energy that it takes to run a mine. And this blew my mind. I knew we've talked about this time and time again on the channel about what it costs to run a mine. I apologize. I hit the table the camera's on. What it costs to run a mine. But when you look at the energy that it takes, and they use the old coal refineries that produce the energy for the mine. The problem is that they stated too in there is that the refineries, the coal energy plants, are always breaking down. They're always having trouble because it's outdated. But how some mines are trying to go green, which is kind of an ironic in itself, because I mean you're destroying the planet when you're mining it. However, you're trying to go green. I guess you're a little bit better, but you're still destroying the planet when you mine this stuff for the most part. But it's money, it's wealth, it's a lot of different things when you have a piece of gold in your hand. It's easy to get gold fever from this. You guys know I was always a silver stacker, but now I've started moving into gold, even though I ain't buying tons of it. I mean, you pick up a little coin like this. This is so tiny. It's like the size of my fingernail. And it has a lot of wealth. It has a security aspect to it. This is real money. I could take this coin anywhere in the world, and I'm going to be able to sell it. Somebody's going to want it. I see these comments all the time. Who's going to buy your gold? The funny thing is, or silver, who's going to buy it? You're not going to have a hard time finding it. I could walk into a business today, a random business, and I've done this, and started talking to the people that own the place, and they have interest in this. They understand this is wealth. Now in the show, they tell you that it's beauty, it's power, and it is to a point. When you see some of these famous actresses wearing all this gold, I mean, they're symbolizing the gold in that. But the security aspect is what I like the most about it. That knowing that I will be okay, my family will be okay, if anything was ever to happen. And that's where gold kind of comes into play. You're doing it for your well-being, but you're also doing it for your family's well-being, even though sometimes your family will be against you buying it. I'm sure a lot of people know that if they've been stacking for any long period of time and they've told their family, the family might say something to them about, do you really need it? But it is real wealth, and I believe that it will come back into the majority of people's minds at a certain point. And I think that's why the Gold Council kind of made that video. Because when you really look at how much these World Gold Council depend on gold, I mean, we're told all the time that it's being bought up, and it is, and it's being used up, and it is. And they did explain that in the video too. But a lot goes into getting this little piece of gold. Some people think that you can just, float down a river and you might just pick up a nugget. It's not that easy. The amount of energy that goes into it, the amount of rock that has to be blown up, taken apart, pulled out, crushed up, picked apart, then the chemicals that go into it, and then all the work. And that's just to get some gold bars. That ain't even fully refined, because after that they got to go to a full refinery and break down even more. And there's a lot to it. I recommend that if you guys haven't seen the gold video, you watch it. It had a couple scenes that made me laugh, a couple scenes that made me smile, a couple scenes that, you know, it brought a little bit of a tear to my eye when you think about the environment and what we're doing to the world for gold. But we're trying to make it a better place. I believe that they are, and I believe that, you know, whether that's because of Congress, whether that's because of individuals, who knows? It could just be because of good PR. But at the end of the day, every little piece of gold that you put up right now for what cost you essentially $250, we'll say, can make a big difference. You can even find deals on it, you know, occasionally here and there. So I think it's well worth it. I love buying it. I prefer my silver, but I think gold has a really good place in a stacker's collection. I got to be blunt though, real quick before my time runs out. I think silver will go up at a higher percentage than gold. However, I mean, one of these gold coins doesn't equal all this. So, I mean, is worth more than all the silver you see right there. So, something to think about. With that being said, hopefully if you're still watching, you've hit that thumbs up button by now. I thank you all for watching. I will put the link to that video below so you guys can watch that. It's a free YouTube video if you want to watch it. And I encourage you to check out some of my other great videos that I think you'll enjoy as well, especially if you're stacking. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time on T-Square Talk. Hope you all have a great day. Don't get discouraged. This fake manipulation can't last forever. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.